Sophie, a 27-year-old aspiring artist, rummages through her grandmother's attic. Amidst the dust and cobwebs, she uncovers an old enchanted paintbrush, its bristles glowing faintly. Curious, Sophie dips the brush into her paint palette and makes her first stroke on the canvas. Suddenly, the room begins to spin, and she is transported through a vortex of colors and light. Sophie finds herself in Renaissance Florence, standing in a bustling marketplace. She spots Leonardo da Vinci, sketching on a nearby easel. Leonardo notices Sophie and invites her to observe his work. He teaches her the importance of anatomy in art, showing her his detailed sketches. Sophie witnesses the fear in Leonardo's eyes as he hides his more controversial works. She understands the risks he faced for his innovative ideas. With a flick of the brush, Sophie is transported to 19th century France. She meets Vincent van Gogh under a starry night sky. He paints with fervor, despite his struggles with mental health. Van Gogh speaks of his loneliness and the lack of recognition during his lifetime. Sophie feels the weight of his struggles and his unyielding dedication to his craft. Sophie next finds herself in a Parisian cafe, surrounded by the Impressionists. Claude Monet invites her to join him in capturing the fleeting moments of light on the Seine. Monet shares his frustration with the traditional art critics who dismiss the Impressionists as mere amateurs. Yet, he continues to paint what he loves. With a final stroke, Sophie is whisked back to her studio. The lessons of the great artists echo in her mind. She realizes that perseverance and resilience are key to leaving a lasting legacy through art. Inspired by her journey, Sophie begins to paint with a newfound sense of purpose. She blends the techniques and lessons she learned from each artist. Sophie unveils her masterpiece at an art gallery. As people admire her work, she feels the presence of the great artist beside her. Their legacy continues through her. As Sophie stands before her painting, she reflects on her journey through time. She understands that art transcends time and culture. Through perseverance, she too can leave her mark on the world. Sophie realizes that her journey is just beginning. She picks up the enchanted paintbrush once more, ready to continue her artistic journey with the wisdom she has gained. Art transcends time and culture, and through perseverance and resilience, one can leave a lasting legacy. Sophie smiles, knowing that her art will carry forward the lessons of the past, inspiring future generations. Now we will learn and understand vocabulary and comprehension from Learn the Time-Traveling Adventure. Our lesson outline is a vocabulary lesson in comprehension and interpretation. Introduction to vocabulary. In today's story, The Time-Traveling Adventure, we'll come across some new and interesting words. Let's learn these words together so that when you watch the story, you'll understand them easily. Aspiring. This word means someone who has a strong desire to achieve something, usually in a creative or professional field. For example, Sophie is an aspiring artist. She really wants to become a great painter someday. Enchanted. This word means something magical or very special. In the story, Sophie finds an enchanted paintbrush that has magical powers. Can you imagine what it would be like to find something enchanted? Perseverance. This is a big word, but it's an important one. It means not giving up, even when things get tough. Sophie shows perseverance by continuing to paint, even when it's difficult. Resilience. This word is similar to perseverance. It means bouncing back from challenges or difficulties. When Sophie faces tough situations, she shows resilience by not letting those challenges stop her. Legacy. A legacy is something you leave behind for future generations. The artist Sophie meets left a legacy through their art, and Sophie wants to do the same. Great. Now that we know these words, let's think about the story a little deeper. After you watch it, here are some questions to consider. These will help you understand the story better. Why is the enchanted paintbrush important in Sophie's journey? The enchanted paintbrush is crucial because it allows Sophie to travel through time, meeting famous artists and learning valuable lessons. Without it, her journey and the insights she gains wouldn't be possible. What do the famous artists teach Sophie about perseverance and resilience? Each artist shows Sophie that success requires perseverance, continuing to work even when it's hard, and resilience, bouncing back from challenges. They teach her to stay strong and committed to her art, no matter what obstacles she faces. How does Sophie want to create her own legacy? Sophie wants to create a legacy through her paintings, just like the artists she meets. She hopes her art will inspire others and be remembered long after she's gone. Great job today! I hope you enjoyed learning with the time-traveling adventure. Keep practicing your vocabulary and comprehension skills, and you'll see amazing progress. See you in the next lesson.